Glide Club presents a flight between me, RJ, and Nate from Marshall to Angie Jackson Air Park. Every hang glider pilot's gotta have a hang glider car. Lifted skid plates, custom rack designed by Erica's own father. '06 Forester can't be beat. Except for maybe by a Crosstrek. And here's Nate. And here's launch. Check out that bird hovering, just trying to move forward. Predictions were calling for a light day, so only 3 gliders, but everyone else really missed out. Plus, I was just trying to learn and get my sign off, so I could not be happier. Flying alone, sometimes you've got to do a hang check by yourself, so here we see Nate hook in, push down the front of the glider, and suspend with no assistance. This is to check to make sure the riggings are all working, everything's hooked how it should be. You'll see a normal hang check once I get up to the launch ramp myself. And with this, he heads off to launch. Bye, Nate. So as Nate begins his walk all the way down to launch, I talk over with Tim, the instructor there helping me out, what exactly he's expecting from me on this flight. But let's go back to Nate. He's up on the ramp, he's got no wiremen to help him out, it's all him. Nice long strides, lots of airspeed. Notice how he quickly turns to the left and begins looking for lift and spots where the locals know to look. You'll see later in my launch that I take a much more conservative approach. Here's a standard traditional hang check. Tim's assistance holding my nose down. Once I'm securely hooked in, take a moment to handle for the wind. And here we go. Nice long strides down the ramp, and I'm airborne. Take the nice straight out path, gently turning to the left, but as you can see, nowhere near where Nate went. This definitely lost me some altitude. But the view was amazing! There I'm crossing this gap. You can see me from Nate's wing view. Every flight I've got a main goal. On this one it was to land safely, and a secondary goal, which was to thermal steeply. I'm typically afraid of those high bank angles, but on this flight I finally got to lock some in. You'll see a couple of shots here and another shot coming up in a moment. At this point in the flight, Nate's staying high up on the hill. I'm trying to get up here with him. You can see me thermaling, circling over his head, but I never quite got out to this area where he was, and that was my downfall. Right there is probably the moment where I was above him. Never again. Now watch on the very left side of the screen, you'll see a little string flying backwards. That's an indication that that wing is in a stall. We can use those for learning and understanding how our wing performs under a variety of conditions. And now he's made it up higher than launch. You can see over the back of the ridge. Little did he know trouble was a brewin'. Little zip up. It's getting chilly, Nate. Why do you think it's getting so chilly? Bye, Nate. Some of my last attempts to get up here. Last steep bank angle turns. Trying to stay in that lift, trying to find the way up. But really I was just going down. Now as Nate climbed his way up, as he makes this turn he sees that the shadows of the clouds are starting to take over the terrain. Unfortunately he knows this means that the energy is being cut off. We're going to start to lose thermal soon. It's going to get shut out. It's time to try to maximize his flight efficiency and start thinking about options as he works his way down the hill to land. Meanwhile, I'm doing my last attempts to stay up here, but unfortunately there's not much for me to get, and I just keep going down while Nate stays up high. at this time where I let the spectator down in the LZ who will be watching my landing know I am coming in to land, clear that training glider out of my runway, because it's go time. So here I made one minor mistake in that I wasn't sure how many circles I should do, and that was when I should have stopped turning. But I did one extra one anyway, scrubbing a little bit of my downwind leg, and I basically turned that downwind portion there into a base leg. Oh well. It at least allowed me to come in on the line I was looking for, which was corner to corner on this field, attempting to land on the orange cone. Lots of speed pulled in for energy, let it out, come in and over the cone, wait till the glider starts to settle, and not really do any sort of useful flare. Check out this breakdown time lapse. You can see the paragliders floating around, the hang gliders whizzing by, and the glider going up and down the hill. Now Nate's lost his energy. He sees this paraglider going up. Maybe he's got something. It's not much. It's not really much to work with. Continues looking around, goes between this guy and the hill. Looks nice. Weaving his way through some paragliders. As long as we pay attention to where everyone is in the sky, it's no big deal. And as you can see, Nate has got excellent situational awareness. He is constantly looking out for other gliders and potential concerns. Again, watch on the left of the screen, you'll see his left line go backwards as he stalls his inside wing. At this point in the flight, Nate's deciding it's time to come in and land. Should I go back and try again? Nah. Transitions to an upright position. Begins his turns. He managed to have the perfect approach that I was looking for. You can see he's got lots of altitude on his downwind leg. As he turns to base, you can just see how much space he's got to work. You can see how from the ground it looks slow, looks calm, but in the air there's a lot of things happening. Many inputs, many things that we're focusing on. Nice little gentle flare. Beautiful. A quick little jog back to get out of the way of any other landing craft, and this flight's over. Both of us had fun, successful flights. Flew with other paragliders and even another hang glider, and really can't complain about the afternoon. Hang gliding is awesome. What more can I say? I don't know if that guy agrees, but you know.